This week, I try and keep my balance whilst clearing our overgrown steep slopes. This is gardening on a gradient. It can't have escaped your attention by now that we've got some pretty incredible topography here, creating multiple levels. There's the flat hogs down by the water level, and there's these steep banks everywhere. My theory is that the whole place will have been formed by some kind of body of water, and I'm guessing it was a big river. I don't know how long ago that may have been. It could have been thousands of years, could have been hundreds of years, but no matter, it makes for a gorgeous place of nature. But it comes with challenges. So these banks that are everywhere are completely covered, as you can see, in growth. And it obviously blocks a lot of the view from the house out to all of the beautiful nature beyond. So we've got to do something about it. Now, our living room has these 3 lovely windows that have amazing views beyond, but, excusing the dirty windows, it's not really the view it should be at the minute. It's all a bit overgrown. You can't properly see the orchard or the burn. You can see the big hog beyond, but there's just too much in the way. Let me demonstrate. Here's some footage that I took of a visiting heron, and you can see that all the new growth coming through is sort of in the way. Kind of destroyed my shot, as did the fact that he was alerted to my presence because I wasn't being quiet enough and he flew off. But you get the idea of what I'm talking about, and here's another good shot from below. So you can see this bank is completely covered in trees and shrubs that want to go up high. If you look to the left just now, and of course, remember, we're at the transition between winter and spring right now. It's going to get even worse when the leaves start appearing on all these shrubs and the banks erupt into life. You can't see anything. So I've got a massive job on my hands here. Need to clear what's there and keeps growing back every year. And then we need to replace with some low-lying plants that do grow well on banks but don't grow up high, so that we can preserve the view but also preserve habitat, because the birds really love nesting in shrubs on the bank. So we don't want to remove everything, but we do want to stop the annual tree growth that sends out loads of high branches, and they just block the beautiful view. And if anyone is thinking that I shouldn't be doing that and we should just let trees grow everywhere, well, just cast your eye to the far side of the big hog. I really feel like we've got plenty of wild nature here and habitat for birds, insects, all sorts of creatures. So just keeping our banks next to the house clear so that we can enjoy looking at all of that, I think is acceptable. So all this is by way of saying, don't panic when you see loads of trees and shrubs being removed, because this is work for the future, for future years, to keep this place maintainable, but still natural and beautiful. There's a pretty fresh breeze this morning, so apologies if you can't quite hear me. But I'm quite thankful for the fresh breeze because I'm wearing my chainsaw trousers and boots, but these are so thick that my legs just end up like molten lava and the rest of me gets hot. So for now, I'll take being a bit on the chilly side, because as soon as I start working, I won't be. So clever how it knows when to stop. Just going to put the fuel away. Don't want to leave it out in direct sunlight because, you know, the heat of this Scottish sun really could just melt plastic. See you in a sec. Okay, I'll get my protective gear on, the rest of it, and get my time lapse going, and I'll keep going around there and see what I can do.
Okay, I'm stopping because as you can probably hear, it's incredibly gusty windy. Even if it wasn't, I'd be stopping because I'm exhausted, but that's a good solid few hours of clearing. This bank, you can see where I've done, obviously up to there, and these trees, obviously they're all staying because that's not part of the view from the house. We're leaving as much nature as we can, remember. But you can see here what I've cleared and taken those tree stumps right down. They don't need to come out, they can just do whatever they're doing and I can stay on top of them more easily. Yeah, and you can see where I've got to. All of this ivy's really hard. I'm not going to be able to get all of it out. But it's just this stuff at the top that hurts the view. So anyway, there's more around here. I think it's going to have to be over several weeks that this takes place, this job. But this being all cleared is nice. And you'll slightly maybe be able to see what I mean about the view. Not quite yet, but when you can get up to here, look at this. That's what you want. That is what you want. And all of this stuff needs clearing on here so you can see down to the orchard. And I've made a start over there. There's loads. There's absolutely loads, but we'll get there. Okay, hope you heard some of that. Whoa, windy!
So here we are on day 2 of this mammoth task, and spoiler alert, I don't get it all finished in time for the end of this video. As I sit here editing, I'm nursing a neck spasm that happened as I leant forward wearing the hard hat here, which my puny neck obviously decided was far too heavy to support. It's a cruel twist of fate that most of us don't get the opportunity to be custodians of a place like this until we're middle-aged, by which time our once sturdy and biddable bodies have fallen into wretched decrepitude. Oh well. You can see some good progress going on here on a particularly overgrown section that's one of the worst view-spoiling culprits. However, some of the trees higher up have some giant hogweed at their base. If you don't know, giant hogweed produces a harmful sap that if you get it on your skin, the sun will burn a nasty, painful rash into you. It needs professional removal, and there's a brilliant team who do so for us each year. But for now, given that I was already dealing with the twin hazards of chainsaw tree felling whilst standing on a precipitous slope, I decided I didn't want to combine this with avoiding the hogweed, so I'll just leave those trees until that's dealt with. So I think I'm going to leave the bank clearing job there for now and return to it piecemeal over the coming weeks and months. But here are some before and after shots of my progress so far. Here's what to watch next. A selection of treats from life on this Scottish homestead. And if you want to watch the Good Life Diaries right from the very beginning, here's the playlist. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Learning the Good Life.